All right, welcome to the Conversation to Be Had podcast. I'm your host, Chalo, and today we're here to talk about alligator Alcatraz. It's a touchy subject right now, so I brought a few friends in, my boy Rashawn, my boy SL. We're going to talk about it. What's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
Nothing good.
All right, we got alligator Alcatraz on the agenda for the day. The question is, uh, do you think that it's inhumane to do the alligator Alcatraz thing? Not so much the deportation of the immigrants, but the actual alligator Alcatraz, because they say it's pretty bad. Me and Rashawn was watching some stuff, before we came on, and they say, it's jail. So I just want to know. Well, you got to look at this. It's a heavy-handed move, but it's within the realm, is what I'm saying. So, like, if you're an illegal alien, you came over here illegally. You didn't do your paperwork and all that. So that in itself is a crime. It's not a crime punishable. I don't think by jail or should be by jail, but it is a crime. So if you get caught, right? If you get caught, you should, go back, do it the right way if you get caught. Um, Now the whole alligator Alcatraz, that's a consequence of getting caught. And I live down here, and I've been in that area. Like, you ain't escaping from there. If you do, you're stupid. You know you done for. Like, as soon as you leave them walls, either a python gonna eat you, an alligator gonna eat you, a bobcat gonna eat you, something's gonna eat you. You're gonna be dinner for something. So they stay in there. They ain't got to worry about them escaping until they taking them to wherever they go. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the process, if that's your intention, they're doing a damn good job of it, a heavy-handed job of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I feel like, because you have to understand they're trying to control this. And think about this: there's, I believe, 11 million illegal immigrants in the United States. That's as many people as where you guys live. The state of Illinois is only 12 million people. That's a lot of people, bro. That's a lot of people. That's more people than the state of Montana, the state of South Dakota, the state of Wyoming, the state of, I could go on. It's more than most states have. So, it is a problem, and they do got to handle it some way. But what the question I'm asking you guys is: do you believe it's inhumane, or is it it is what it is? What's your thoughts on it? I'll let you go first, SL.
Man, you're definitely right. This is a real hot topic right now. I tried to watch a little bit of it today. And, to be honest, I'm kind of 50-50 on it, all right, so outright, I'm, being a felon and, going through the system, it's always been a gun line. You know what I'm saying? You know how they say, man, what's the gun line, boss?
But see, that's you try, like, that's what I was saying in the beginning. Like, if you compare it, like, to prison, okay, yeah, it's kind of inhumane because you guys are citizens. Like, you belong to this country, and you broke whatever law, whatever, and jail is your punishment. Like, to be locked up is your punishment, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, what they going through is kind of something totally different. I'll let you see in a minute. Well, I'm gonna let Rashawn go, and then we're gonna watch a little clip that me and Rashawn was watching earlier. When the state representatives and stuff, the Congress men and stuff, they toured the building or whatever, and they had some pretty bad stuff to say about it. But go ahead, Rashawn.
So I think that, you know what I mean, in order to get this discussion, we can't just frame it just on Alligator Alcatraz. We got to talk about some of the points of why these people are here, but we could do that later. I think it's absolutely disgusting what's happening, and I don't think something like this should ever happen. You got to think, you know, a lot of these people. So Trump campaigned on that he was going to put the worst of the worst. Those are the people that he was going to kick out. You know what I mean? But they're kicking out people that are basically doing everything right. They're going to their ICE hearings. They're showing up to court. These are moms, dads, uncles, aunts. You know what I mean? They throw them in there. These aren't hardened criminals. You know. Now, I wouldn't have so much of a problem if, you know, that he was rounding up the rapists and the violent criminals, putting them somewhere like an Alligator Alcatraz. I ain't got no problem with that. But these aren't them. It's just a misdemeanor. It's just a misdemeanor offense to cross the border illegally. Anybody, you know, it's like getting a parking ticket. So, yeah,
See, you walking a slippery slope right there. It is just a misdemeanor, but the punishment for that misdemeanor, like you don't go to jail, you go back. And so that's en route to your, that's the part of your process and going back. And that's what
right,
I'm saying. Like, if you gonna cross the border illegally, you already taking super duper, chances anyway, doing that whole crossing. Now, if you get caught, like that's part of the game. It's just like, I feel like, if you're selling drugs, like if you get caught, that's part of the game. You can't cry like, man,
yeah.
they gave me 10 years. They could have gave me 4. I ain't had that much.
But
You
That's
could you see
yeah,
what I'm
that,
saying?
that's kind of where I was going with it. Because I truly am not trying to be insensitive towards the situation because I do feel like, like Sean said, it is a lot. Um, it's just as many as people being caught up in it that are real families, real working citizens, and unfortunately they've been getting caught up in in the rapture a little bit. But at the same time, um, once again, the place is really not a jail place. It is a pop up facility. It's like it's a place where they can be detained. I guess held, and because it's a pop up place, it's not gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know if it's any.
Nor
I don't,
should it be. It shouldn't be, dude. You should okay, you broke the law and we sending you back. Here go, stay at the Hilton until we get the stuff together. No, dude. No, man, you ain't getting no help. It
but you,
wouldn't be like if it wasn't like this, it wouldn't be a deterrent to not come over here. You
but you could.
see, along with sending these people back, you have to have a deterrent to have them stop hopping that fence illegally and go and file that paperwork. You have to have some type of deterrent. And I guarantee you that's a deterrent because I told you if any of them try to escape, they're food. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
are food.
but you
They
compare.
food for the mosquitoes now, but
But you keep trying to compare them to like drug offenses and stuff like that. It's not that, man. A lot of these people have been in this country. These are hold on.
okay,
These
Rashawn.
wait, hold on real quick. A lot of these people that's being detained and locked up, they ain't even come over here. They came over here with their parents. They've been here for like 15, 20. There's a lot of these aren't just people that have just been over here for like 3 months. You know what I mean? These are people that have been working. They got whole families, jobs, everything else, man. They are providing. They paying taxes to Social Security, something that they'll never be able to
But
get
but
any
you
of. You know
gotta
what I mean? So,
understand.
but
It's
wait,
on a lick though. It's on a lick. Like you didn't file the paperwork to do what you were supposed to do. You came up on a lick. You snuck over, and you got over for a while. I mean, it's cool. And now you caught. Like I mean, what I'm saying is, when you get caught, you just caught, bro. Like you can't. Like you snuck over when you was digging under the hole and you was hopping the fence and swimming through the water. You knew you wasn't supposed to be doing that. You was taking a chance.
right, but
You
there's
knew it was
better.
a chance you could get caught one day. You always knew that chance was going to come. Just like anybody who does anything. You can't put it on a level of crime on breaking the law. Breaking the law is breaking the law.
No, it's not. There's levels, dude. You think somebody should get the same amount of time for speeding that they get for like
That
murder?
I was just gonna say that. I was
There's
just
levels.
gonna say speeding. I was just gonna say speeding, bro. If you in the car and you speeding and you get caught, you just get caught, bro.
Right.
You know the
You get,
consequence. It's a
but you
ticket, bro. If
but
it's
you
over 30 miles an hour, you could lose your license.
but
It's
you're not
just a
getting sent.
consequence.
You're not getting sent to a concentration camp though, man. You're paying a ticket.
That's
You know
No,
what I mean?
what I'm talking about is the consequences. You know the consequences of what you're gonna like. You know the consequences of speeding. If I'm under 30 miles an hour, you just gotta write me a ticket and push on. If I'm over 30 miles an hour, now I'm in the what is they call that, dangerous or reckless driving or something like that, and you could lose your license for that. It has levels to it, but it's consequences for, like I'm saying, the action, and I know that in the car. So if I'm speeding, if I'm doing 150 in a 30, I know I'm tripping. If I get caught, I'm getting that ticket, or I might get my license suspended. I just gotta live with it, bro. I can't be like, oh, this is unfair. Y'all coming down too hard on me. Like I know I know what is gonna happen if I get caught, is what I'm trying to say. And if you know what's gonna happen when you get caught and you still do it, you have to live with the consequences.
all
Most of
right.
them
So
people okay, let me finish up. Most of them people, bro, know that coming over here is a danger in itself. Like the whole journey over here, sneaking over here, they might get killed. They willing to take the consequences. They willing to take the risk.
so
I'm just
Chuck said,
saying.
Chuck said it's levels to it, and he said it's consequences. And at this point, I do think that it has escalated to look beyond a certain level, especially, in some of these cities, man, the immigrants, well, not to say that, but some of these people that's been over here, man, they've been attacking the police and attacking the citizens. And um, like I said, man, it has escalated to that type of level to now these are the consequences.
So okay. So a lot was said. So if you look at the statistics, immigrants have a lower crime rate than like citizens do. Most of them aren't criminals. That's just what you know what I mean. The right wing media has been portraying and pushing on us now with this whole Trump thing and everything like that.
Yeah,
What
I'm
they're
see, I'm
wait,
beyond the
wait,
whole scare tactics. We don't even
wait.
have to talk about the scare
I know,
tactics. Like
but
we
wait.
can get on the real shit.
But what they're doing is they're dehumanizing these people, right? Like they're not people anymore. They're legals. You know what I mean? So they don't matter. So we don't even view a lot of people don't even view them as people. They don't view them as mothers. They don't view them as fathers. These people aren't coming over here to commit crimes. Most of them, the large majority, of them aren't coming over here to commit crimes. They're just over here trying to find a better life for them and their families. You know what I mean? And we made a promise to them. Now, I don't have a problem with closing the borders now and saying, "Hey, look, this is what we're going to do now." And but with the people that are here now, the ones that we made promises that are doing everything that they're supposed to, getting their paperwork, that
11
might have to get
million?
no, yeah, sure, why not, man? We have the resources for that. They fooling you when they say they don't have the resources for that. It just popped up a $450 million tip, and you mean to tell me we can't take care of the people that are in our country right now? That's they fooling you, man. They have the money for that. What I'm saying is, and they've done it before. Reagan, he's done it before. He's given blanket immigration immigrants here to I can't think of the word right now. But all I'm saying is that these people that are coming over here, they're not coming over here. They're not violent. They're not thugs. They're not criminals. Most of them are just regular people, just like me, you, our neighbors next door, man. They're just trying to find a better life. And
That,
it begs
that
the, and
that's
what
not
and
what
it,
I said though. That's not what we even like. Me nor SL has even argued that point. The point is they're not supposed to be here. Whether you over Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Do you think if you went to jail in Mexico it would be sweet?
I don't think going to jail anywhere is sweet. I've been to jail. I've been to
I
prison too.
mean, right,
So,
bro. I'm just saying,
you know what I
like
mean?
our
So,
jails compared to foreign country jails.
right. I don't think that these people should be in jail. I don't think
Yeah,
they should be
but
in a
like,
concentration camp. I don't think they should be in any of that, man.
right, but
I don't think they should be there.
being a guy who went to jail, and in the jail you went to, my father worked at for 30 years. I know the insides and out, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like I've seen foreign prisons, and that's way worse. Like
But
a
why are we
Philippine
comparing?
prison. What
But
I'm trying to say is like, why should we like take our prisoner, our like if you're not from that country, that's what I'm trying to say. Like when you go to jail in another country, all kind of bad stuff happened to
But
you,
why
and
are we
there's
trying to
no,
compare? Why are we trying to compare ourselves to another country? Shouldn't we be
because
like
that's what
we
happens
should,
when you go to other countries and you get put in jail.
so what? Well,
Bad
shouldn't we
stuff
be
happens to you. So these people are
should
they're in another country,
but
they
so
get
what?
put in jail, and bad stuff is happening to them.
But so
Like
what?
that.
Like
Once again, going back to the thing, if you get caught and that's what's gonna happen if you get caught.
so should we be held to a higher standard if America's so great? Like should we be held to a higher? Why are we comparing ourselves to the Philippines or Mexico? We're the United States of America. Shouldn't we do better? Why not? We can.
I think the United States was doing better
That
at
sounds
first.
crazy.
They was doing better at first, like they did, all these sanctuary cities, they did take in everybody, you know what I'm saying? And now all the sanctuary cities are billions of dollars in the hole. And you're right, the United States always have had money to, solve the poor and the hungry and, a lot of issues. But if you notice, they always gave that money to other countries and other races, it's the black people and, some, black, brown, and yellow people, minorities, who always end up having to suffer, while
I feel
all the
you on that.
people, while
And
all the
like I
people,
said, go ahead.
go ahead.
Like the street part of me, like I said, I'm all for it, dude. If you could get away with it, more power to you. But if you get caught, you know what's gonna happen. Like, and if you still do it, that's man. I tell my son that, dude. I mean, dude, you know the consequences of your actions, and you make a choice. You either do it or you don't.
Why do you
Okay,
think they're coming?
let me ask you this. Let
Wait,
me
wait, wait,
ask you
wait.
that.
Why do you think they're coming? Why do you think they take such a big risk coming over here? Why do you think that happens? If they know the consequences, why do you think they risk it anyway?
For what they perceive to be a better life.
You don't think it's a better life from where they're from? From where they're from?
Not necessarily.
Why not?
Well, when you think about it, it depends. Like most of those people get robbed coming over here. A lot of them people don't even make it, man. They get robbed.
Right, that's
You
the
see what
risk.
happened? Right.
They know the risk.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
But what
Like
I'm saying is,
it's so much into
why,
this. Like
why
when
do
you
they?
come over, and even when you make it over, Rashawn, now I'm in Mexico, holding your family hostage, and you got
But
to work for me for the next 10 years, or I'm gonna
you're not
kill your
answering my question,
family.
man. Why do you think they know the risk? Why do you think they take those risks?
Because they perceive it to be a better uh life.
But you don't think that it is a better life from where they're from?
Ask the ones that alligator Alcatraz is a
No,
better
I'm
life.
not asking. I'm saying you don't think that when these people come over here, they're not fleeing something that's
That's what
worse
I'm
than what.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Those people fleed, and now they're in a what's called a cage, and they're not eating good, and the mosquitoes is eating them up, and they can't. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, is this? I know they sitting in there pondering. Is this better than where I was at? And that's
No,
what
see,
I'm trying to say. It's all consequence, Sean. It doesn't. You
no,
trying
man.
to get a
You
listen to
But
me.
then
When you
again,
commit,
trying to
hey,
do
hey,
though,
hey,
they can't.
bro.
They take all of our. They have expunged a lot of our resources. Like I said, what I'm saying, like Chuck said, there's levels and consequences. So now they have expunged a lot of. They've used up a lot of our resources in a lot of these different cities. And at some point, I guess, the government feel like you can't just make it comfortable for the, what I'm saying, for these people because um they're growing. You know what I'm saying? And then when they send them back to Mexico, they come back like the next day, be like 2 days later, be the same people right back over there. You know what I'm saying? And so that's not really solving the problem. And I tell a lot of people, one more thing, then I'm gonna turn the mic over, man. I tell a lot of people, a lot of our people, who sadden with um the migrants. You know, maybe it's not affecting you right now. Everybody kind of trying to stand up for them, but once it hits you, once it affects your situation in some type of way, you know what I'm saying? Then you'll feel different.
But see, the thing is, he do. Like, I've talked to this man. Me and Rashawn have spent years. You know what I'm saying? Like years of talking to like 3 or 4 in the morning, doing our thing. And you just said you've done some time. You knew that was coming. You told me about that. You knew the risk. You was doing it anyway. You knew the risk. And when you got caught, what did you say? Oh man, because you knew the risk. You knew if you got caught, what was gonna happen. Oh man, yeah. It wasn't like you like, what's going on? Like, how did this happen? Why am I in jail? Why am I in jail? You wasn't doing that. You was like, damn. Because you knew. And you that type of person that, like I'm saying, like you are one of the few people that I see like live, understand that this stuff got consequences and be like, just like, man, it is what it is and accept it. Like,
So,
or I
so,
was wrong. You're one of the few people that I know do that. So that's what I'm trying to say. You're fighting your own, morality is what I'm saying. It is what it is, Sean.
so you think it's okay to revoke people's green card statuses, or like people that are here legally right now that are working the steps and everything like that to become a citizen, just a blanket like they're about to do it to the Haitians.
See,
They're talking about
revoking your green card isn't the same thing because
but that's what they're doing.
if you did the green card, then you've legally taken the steps. I'm gonna tell you what's happening because I looked at another tape. What's happening is you ain't following up on you finishing your paperwork. I had a friend, right? He was over here. He's from the Philippines, and he was over here, man, from 8th grade till he was like 26, 27, something like that. But he had his green. He just let it expire, and his mama kept telling him, "Do your stuff, do your stuff." The one time he got caught doing the crime, gone. He back in the Philippines. That's the consequences. That's what I'm
You
trying
know,
to say. Like, and he did paperwork. He just didn't finish it. You know
So
what I mean?
I know, but it's not. No, it's not always like that. I mean, Trump's talking about deporting. I mean, to take the temporary legal protections away from like 500,000 Haitians. You know what I
Man,
mean? Those are people that came
Trump,
over here on
Trump
a
is talking
property.
about deporting what's her name?
Rosie
Rosie
O'Donnell.
O'Donnell. Yeah, so we're not listening to him. Like,
No, you
but
got to listen to him because this is all where it starts, man. And if
but
you don't think that this is going to
where's what he's doing illegal? Where's it
what I'm
at?
saying. What I'm saying though is that, like, I mean, you see the other things he's talking about. I mean, taking away birthright citizenship and all that. This is just the start. These people are just the start of what he's about to do, man. This alligator
Yeah,
Alcatraz is the beginning.
but see, when you say it like that, these people, it is them people that aren't U.S. citizens. I'm not gonna fight for their rights when I don't have all mine. Is
That's
you see
that's
what I'm
that,
saying?
right,
That's
right,
that's my point.
see,
We look crazy
no,
fighting because
man,
they ain't supposed to be here, and you put them
because
in a cage, and you about to
because
send them back home. Oh,
because if
you
you
can't
don't,
do that. What do I look like doing that when you not living up to all my rights? I got the rights to a lot of stuff that I ain't getting. I'm gonna protest that before I protest you. Some dude who ain't supposed to even be over here and got over here, got snuck over here, and he got caught. That's what
you
I'm
know,
trying to
man,
man.
say. You got caught. If you get away with it, more power to you. I don't want you to get caught. I don't want that. But if you do, it is what it is, homie.
go
That's
ahead.
how
That's
I
enough.
feel
I'm
about it.
sorry.
Up here
That
in
sounds.
Chicago, the citizens. One of the main things the citizens was really upset about, man, was that it's all these homeless people. You know, a lot of us, up here in all these, terrible situations, bro. And some people came up here and they was in luxury hotels. They had what was it, $2,000 or $3,000 a month, on link and cash. You know what I'm saying? bro, none of those things is given to nobody in our community. You know what I'm
They,
saying?
they,
Not one of
they
us can
don't.
say what they. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, brother. My
No,
fault. No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, brother.
No,
I'm
go ahead,
sorry.
brother.
I'm
You got
sorry.
it. No, you got
They
it.
don't. They
You
don't get
talking? You
linked.
got it. You know what I'm saying?
They don't get linked, man. And if they had any hotel stays, it was for 2 or 3 days so they could find residency somewhere else, man. It's not like they're not living a life of luxury when they come over here. They can't get any benefits like Link or Snap or anything like that. Yeah, we
Nah,
feed
man, I
them.
seen where they was giving them
What,
houses, bro. They was
bro?
giving
Oh,
them
Did you,
houses. Yeah, I
bro?
seen it on the
What,
news on WGN. Like
man?
on
You ain't see,
WGN,
boy,
homie. They
you
was
ain't see
giving
all
them
them.
houses.
You ain't see all them girls in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? On their phone, snapping and laying at work, talking about, girl, look. You know what I'm saying? These people getting because you can see. I guess you can see the people's balance. You can see what people is getting, and they was bragging about it. Some of them, you know what I'm saying. Some of them was bragging about it.
I'm
But
just all I can go off of. I can't go off like videos like that. I can go off what I'm seeing in the news
okay,
or like that.
go off this, Sean.
Hold on,
They
Charles.
shouldn't even be here. Why you getting anything?
Hold on though, but that's not. But you can't you can't spread falsehoods either. They're not getting snapped. Google it. You got a computer right in front of you. Google do immigrants get snapped in Chicago? And what does it tell you? Google it right now.
They probably
Mm-mm.
don't. I don't know what the situation is right now with that, but I know at first when they was up here, they was getting it.
They're not eligible, brother. I promise you, they're not eligible. They can't get
They're
snapped.
not getting they're
You
not
you
getting
you
stamped.
you you
They're getting
you have
assistance
you
through
you have to
that.
get you have to have
And
a social security number in order to get snapped, but they do not have SSN numbers. They have no rights. They don't have that. You
yeah,
can't get snapped.
they give it. There's some special program. I mean, they did the same thing for the
But
Haitians.
but are they
They
getting
did this.
snapped, Charles?
They getting some the Haitians.
But no, I'm talking about did you Google it?
No, I didn't Google
Google
it.
it. Are they getting snapped?
I mean, I don't care if they're getting snapped or not.
What,
This my thing.
they,
This is my thing, dude. If you getting snapped, most listen to this. Most people getting snapped shouldn't be getting snapped.
that's a whole nother
So if
argument,
you,
brother.
that's what I'm trying. But what I'm trying, it goes right back to the same point
Oh
I'm making,
man.
Sean. If you getting snapped and you not supposed to be, and you get caught, they cut your water off. It is what it is. It was good while it lasted. But you can't go in the street and make a sign and protest. They took my snap and I wasn't supposed to have it. It don't. The world don't work like that, bro.
But you
You're
know, a
not
lot of
supposed
this
to
is
be here. You're not even a person of this country, and you got a sign up talking about they trying to send me back home, even though I ain't did nothing. You're not supposed to be here. That's what you did. Okay, that's what you did, and that just the consequence of that is you going back home. That's what it is. If you happen to commit crimes, like I feel like they directly should send you back home and not even do the jail time because I gotta pay for the jail time. Just like I'm paying for alligator Alcatraz. Ain't nobody, y'all not paying for Alcatraz. I'm paying for alligator Alcatraz. I'm paying for that. That's what makes me mad. I think it's a waste of time. The first storm we had gonna blow that shit away.
I know. I said the same thing, man. It's about to be hurricane season down there. It is
Yeah,
hurricane
dude.
season.
It is.
This ain't
It
gonna,
already
it's
is.
already
Yeah.
flooded. Did you see how it already flooded off of just the rain? It
Yeah.
already flooded. It's
It's in a
stupid, man.
swamp.
It's
It's
a
in the
waste of
middle of
money.
a swamp. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you can't escape from it because you'd have to swim in the swamp. And like I said, the things in there, you'd be food.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
I just don't think that you should be sending just people there, regular people. You hardened criminals, cool, man. Regular people, no. You know what I mean? Nah.
so
Go
so this is
ahead.
the thing. You what you're asking them to do is separate all illegals. You can't do that.
Yes, you can,
They all committed the
dude. It's
same
a
crime.
misdemeanor and a murder. Come on, man. You can split that up, and you could provide a clear pathway to citizenship. You can
See,
also
like
do
what
you
you
can
were saying,
also do
like what you were saying would make sense if I was gonna like whatever crime you're saying, like you saying, okay, the hardened criminals. If you're gonna jail, if your plan is to jail those people for to certain degrees for the crimes that they committed, then okay. Your point is not to jail them. Your point is to give them an exit, like send them back home. because they came over here illegally. That's the whole point. Is you're not putting them in there because they committed a crime out here. That's not why you go to Alligator Alcatraz, because you committed a crime. You go to Alligator Alcatraz because you're illegally over here.
I
Point
think it's
blank.
wrong.
Period.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. I don't, man. And I think that it also bears to look at the reasons behind why people are coming here, and that's a whole other conversation. But a lot of this illegal. I will say this: a lot of this illegal immigration is just chickens coming home to roost, and it's by our own design and the fault of our country and our foreign the stuff we've done over our foreign tactics. But that's a whole other conversation. We've done this to ourselves. We the reason why these people are coming here is because of some of the foreign acts that we've done to the countries where these people are fleeing from. So
Yeah,
I mean, to
but
me, I feel like
what you want to do?
so I view real quick. I view illegal immigration a little bit different than you. To me, I don't have a problem with them coming over here because it's our fault. It really is, and that's a deeper conversation to be had somewhere else. But I don't view it that way. I see these people as people that are fleeing violence, uh, uh, risk of death, and everything else. They're coming here and they're looking for a better life, man. And a lot of the reason why that their countries are the way they are is because of us and the West and the things we've done to those countries. But
Where can you go for a better life?
what do you mean?
You said the
You
reason
got
they coming over here.
yeah. What is that? I don't understand why that's even that's that to me. That's I mean I don't know. I can go to. I mean like how why is that even a question though? Like I can move out my neighborhood. I can go to different places. I mean I could certainly move, but I mean why does that matter?
Because that's what I'm trying to say. Like, do you believe that you can move anywhere you want to for a better? Like, you got like where you live, and you've got Beverly Hills. Do you feel like you could, if you could sneak into Beverly Hills and sneak into somebody's crib, and you in there, and as long as you ain't throwing no parties and making no noise and disturbing nobody, you should be able to stay there,
So if Beverly Hills,
even though it ain't your crib,
so if
and you
Beverly
shouldn't have been
Hills,
there.
so if Beverly Hills destroyed my neighborhood, toppled my government, my democracy, put in puppet dictators, then yes, I feel like I should be able to go to Beverly Hills and survive. Yeah, because that's what we did to them, brother. That's what we did to them. We toppled their countries, toppled their
You
democracies. We
see,
put in coups. We done all that. So I mean, you can look it up. It's all out there, man. I mean, look what we done to Venezuela. Look what we done to Brazil. Look what we done
there's a hierarchy. So like you go back and you punish the Romans because they took over uh as many countries as they took over during the period they did, and then the countries that took it back from them. That's taking countries.
no, no,
You
no,
can't say, oh,
no,
we had a
no.
war, we came in your country and did some stuff,
It's not
so
even
now
a
you can
war.
sneak back and you could get us back. You could
It's not
sneak
even
back and
a
just
war.
do. It
It's
don't work like that, Sean.
there
The
are
world don't
literally
work like that.
the world don't work like that. It does work like that, man.
No, it doesn't.
That's why we're in the position we are now. And these aren't wars. We weren't at war with Venezuela, but we did topple their democracy and put in a puppet dictator who destroyed the country because we wanted to steal their resources. That's real. CIA,
Right.
yes.
And
That's not just
right.
this is a
And
conspiracy
right.
theory.
Listen. And
They
Russia
knew that.
came over here and did shit. China's come over here and done stuff. We can't you can't say, okay, well, I'm not gonna send you back to your country and I'm gonna let you sneak over here because my country did some bad stuff to your country at one
I'm,
time. That
I'm just
isn't
saying,
how it works,
it's
bro.
not one
That's not
time.
how it works.
It's
You
not one
can't
time.
use that. You can't use that in, oh well, back in so and so your government had the Panama Canal and we couldn't use it and so now because I snuck over here, I should be able to chill because y'all did that way back. The Panama Canal was ours. I mean, come on, bro. You
That's not
cannot.
what that's not
That
you're
sounds
you're framing
crazy.
it you're
That's
framing
just like
but you're framing it in a way I'm not even saying it, man. You're framing it. I'm not
you
even saying
did
it
say
like
that.
that.
Well, you
What I'm
toppled
saying,
their country and you did this to their
yes,
government. So why shouldn't they be able to sneak over here?
if you destroy somebody's country, right? Why are we shocked that they're fleeing their country now and coming here to somewhere where it's more stable?
Okay, well, let me ask you this question:
Why
how
are
many
we
countries have
surprised?
been destroyed since we've been in civilized? How many countries have been destroyed?
What do you mean? How many countries have been destroyed? I'm
What you just said were takeovers, like because you're not talking about no NATO bomb shit. You're talking about just simple government taking over another government, countries taking over another country. Kubla Khan, I
I'm
mean Alexander the Great. It happens all over history.
it
Countries
doesn't
taking
matter
over
if
other
it's all
countries
over history.
happens.
It
It,
doesn't matter. Why are we shocked when a country falls that the people come over here to
What
come
I'm
for a
trying to
stable?
say is you can't use that as an excuse to come break
You
my laws because
you act like
my country conquered your country. You
there's no
can't break my laws because of that, Sean. That doesn't make sense, bro.
you keep saying my
Because
law.
because you said that. Well,
What I'm saying is,
we did this to their government, so they should be able to come over here. That's exactly what you said. Do you need me to rewind it?
can I talk? Let me
You
talk.
said you didn't say it, and I'm
Can I
saying
talk?
that's a
No, I did. What I'm saying is that it shouldn't be a shock that these people are coming over here like they are because of the things that we've done to their governments and to their country. It shouldn't be a shock. I'm not surprised. This is chickens coming home to roost, Charles. This is what happens when you have Western imperialism and the United States government sticking their nose and destroying other countries the way they have. These people are now fleeing the violence that we created. And you're acting like, oh, but they can't go over here and break my laws. Damn, man, where are they supposed to go? Just die? That makes sense why they come
stay
here.
in their own country.
For what? They can't. It's so destabilized. They can't. So they flee. Charles, do you
But
read
you
it?
And
know,
why do we?
it's always been a process too, though. You know what I'm saying?
And
I
why
don't
did we
think the United States.
destabilize it?
For resources. We steal resources, Charles. We take their resources. You can't take resources from a country that's democratically ran. You can when a country's destabilized. They did it. They've done it. Like you said, it's all through history. They did it to Africa. They did it to the whole continent. They did it to the African people. Africa should be the richest nation on this fucking planet right now, but it's not because of Western colonialism. We do the same thing now, Charles. We're doing it now. Iran. People are shocked at Iran. But do you know why Iran is the way Iran is? It's because of I could tell you the whole story,
So
but
what would
it's
be your
because of Western
solution? Just
imperialism.
not have no laws, just let them come over?
My solution is that I think that instead of putting all this money into Alligator Alcatraz, let's hire some more judges down there at the border. Let's get some more border security. Let's make it so that they're not waiting 3 to 4 months for asylum cases and stuff like that. We could fast track people, but we could also do it with some dignity and some respect for them, man. We don't have to
They
put
was
them in
they,
cages and
they,
stuff like that.
they was trying to do that, but like I was just saying, you know what I'm saying, it's due process. I don't think that they was telling the people no, but at some point, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't going through the process, and then once Biden had opened the gates, and you know what I'm saying, everybody just came like that, and that's going against the grain, really. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't part of the program.
And I agree with you. I feel like Biden dropped the ball on immigration. I think they all have. I think Obama dropped the ball on immigration. I think
How?
that
The
we've had,
dude deported
I
over
think that
3 million people.
there were 3 million people to deport, man. And I'm telling you right now that it's
Yeah,
the,
because I
the
told you there's
immigration
about 11 million.
the immigration problem, man, is something that has been going on for years. It's not a problem that just started now. It's just that it's been exacerbated in the news now because of the Trump era. But SL's right, man. You know what I mean? Like there's a process, but we can speed that process up. We can put more resources there at the border. They even tried to do that. Biden tried a last minute thing. It was a bipartisan bill. Trump was like, no, don't sign the bill because I'm running for president, which he was trying to do, but it was just the last Hail Mary because Biden knew that the election would have been lost if he didn't do something about the border. They let it sit too long. It is simmered. So yeah, it's a mess down there. But putting them in a concentration camp surrounded by alligators and
But
mosquitoes and snakes, that's inhumane, man. We shouldn't do that. That should never happen. We got
reason why
money.
Man, I told you
reason
that's a
why I say
deterrent, bro.
re,
That's all politics, deterrence.
exactly,
But they
that's what I
gotta
was getting
go.
ready to say. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
getting ready to say that most of this is politics. I know it sounds bad. It sounds bad, right? Alligator Alcatraz, and you know the alligators are there in person. You know what I'm saying? Um, it sounds bad. It probably is bad. You know what I'm saying? But technically, if you're supposed to be contained in a facility, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be trying to get out. So, if they don't try to get out, they shouldn't have they should have no trouble with no alligators.
So what happens, like you said, Charles, when hurricane season comes around and it's stock full of people? What happens to those people?
Oh, they
They
gonna
should,
be in trouble.
so that's okay with you because they're legal.
Yeah, because they shouldn't have been over here. They wouldn't have been if
That's
they hadn't
crazy to
snuck
me,
over
man.
here to get.
That's crazy to me, man. How you that heartless, dude? Like that's just
I
heartless
was
to me, man.
I, I
It
was
ain't
thinking
about being heartless, bro. Listen to me.
Heartless, bro.
I
If
was
I go
thinking that
to
they got
another
something in
country,
place, man,
Uh
where
huh.
alligators wouldn't, if something like that happened, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking that they had something in place where the gates, it should be pretty secure to keep the alligators from getting in. You know what I'm saying? But it's just you're not secure if you leave the facility.
Mm-hmm. They should get it, dude. I'm telling you. I mean, like I said, bro. I mean, okay, this is what it is. Let me ask you this, Rashawn, because it's just my frame of mind and thinking because of the way I grew up. Let me
Okay.
ask you this: when you went to prison,
Hmm.
did you feel it was inhumane?
Um. No, I mean I had food, a bed, someplace to eat. Shit. I mean, I wouldn't say it was inhumane. It was definitely humbling. It was a humbling experience. You know what I mean?
But
Someplace that
yeah,
was.
and plus you actually went to, like, I know dudes that been in the county. The
Yeah. So
county
I
kind
mean,
of inhumane.
so my prison stay. Look, I went to boot camp, so I only went to Statesville for what 3 months. I was there for what three,
Oh,
four
okay.
months. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
was behind the wall. So full disclosure, I went behind the wall. So I don't know how it is behind the wall. I didn't do
Okay.
anything like
Okay.
that. And
Yeah.
I went to
All
But
right.
boot
check
camp.
this
Then
You
out.
you
know what I
don't
mean?
know, because I was gonna say, like, if you've ever, like, I've seen, and like
Hmm.
I've seen some shit when growing up, and like even I've seen the hole, and the hole is inhumane, bro. Like,
Yeah, I didn't
but
experience that.
but I understand why it's inhumane. They make it inhumane as a deterrent. They don't want you to go there. They don't want you to want to go there. You know what I mean? They use it as a deterrent. We're gonna send you to the hole. Like, if the hole was cool, you wouldn't mind going. If you know you in jail, you got to just do your time. That's what I'm trying to say. They're trying to make it as inhumane as possible, so it's like the worst punishment. Like, you won't be on nothing because you don't want that. You don't want to go to the hole.
So I was listening to the Democratic Party today, when they was doing their, I think they was doing a walkthrough or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the lady, she came back and she explained. Look, she was appalled, right? She like, they have a
Yeah, I think
device
I got
there
that.
with the toilet. They have a device there with the toilet, and they use the bathroom, and then they drink the water from the same unit. She's like, that is so inhumane. So now I'm thinking, like, like Chuck say, like, man, when we locked up, is it humane for us as well? Because I mean, that's the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
We
That's
got the toilet
everything
right there.
she
It's one
said.
unit. It's one unit. We got the toilet right there. We brush our teeth right there. You know what I'm saying? Right after the homie just took a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, then we go right. You know what I'm saying? It's all right there. But like, so that's why I was saying earlier about it just being politics. I know some of these things, they sound bad, like, especially for people who have not been to jail or who have not been, you know what I'm saying, on either side of the wall. You know what I'm saying? So to her, or to maybe some of the citizens that's watching the news, it does sound like, what? You know what I'm saying? But you saw how Antoine Massey and them, when they had moved the so-called sink, you know what I'm saying? Look at that room. Look at that sink. Look at the toilet. You know what I'm saying? That's how we live all the time. You know what I'm saying? In those places, and don't nobody say nothing. So I was saying that it's politics basically, because now that they're bringing it up, now they want to bring it up just because it's convenient for them, the Democratic Party, to try to throw something at the Republicans. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, bro. Oh, I'm 100% with you on that, man.
Mhm.
In fact, I'll even go one further because you talk about politics. I don't think this is something that they really want to fix because it's something that the like that the other party can run on. It's kind of like, think about it like this: like,
Mm-hmm.
why didn't we ever codify abortion? We could have done that, right? The Democratic Party could have done that, but they didn't because they needed that fear to get votes. Well, I think the Republican Party is the same way when it comes to immigration. To be honest with you, man, I think it's politics. Like, they don't really want to fix it. They don't want it fixed because that's how they get their votes. Oh my God, immigrants! We need to be scared of them. We'll fix it. That's their main
Well,
vote catch, to be in my
to
opinion.
be honest with you, that's how they won the last election, was the
Oh,
immigrant.
absolutely. That the economy. It was that in the economy, man.
Yeah, the immigrants voted for him because of the economy. See, that's the whole. Like, I know you've
Immigrants.
seen them tapes where, like,
It might
CNN was interviewing immigrants, and they
undocumented
was
immigrants can't vote, Charles.
no. Listen to what I'm saying. You seen them CNN tapes where they was interviewing the immigrants, and they was saying, like, do you like, they was, you're a Trump supporter. Like, supporting and voting is two different things. but they were supporting Trump, and they would ask him like, "Why? You know, if he get in, he might deport you." And they're like, "But he's good for the economy and my children, and I don't care if I get deported." But now they care. Now they care because somebody in their family is getting deported. Now they care.
And
But at first,
that's
go
one thing
ahead.
I give Trump credit for. He told everybody exactly what he was going to
That's
do.
what I'm trying to
He did,
say. Like
he
he
told,
said
he,
he was getting ready to do
he said,
this.
and that's why it's funny to me when I see these people, because I was like, bro, he never lied to any of y'all. He told y'all this is what he was going to do, and he's
Slim.
doing it. Why are we shocked? It was literally written they had a whole thing, Project 2025. They got a whole list of things that they were going to do, and they're doing it. And it wasn't like it was a secret. This was no
Okay,
secret.
so
So
that's what Chuck was saying. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
no, you got it, man.
That's what Chuck was saying earlier. Like, you know what I'm saying? After knowing all of this, you know what I'm saying? How can you feel sorry? Because, man, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel sorry, bro. Because a lot of these people that are getting rounded up, man, these are people that have been here for years. They've been here for 15, 20 years. A lot of them are people that have that came over here with their parents. They had no say in what was going on. They came over here when they were 3 or 4 years old, man. They
I,
didn't have any say in it. They're just
yeah,
rounding them up
yeah, I do feel some kind of way for the ones that, you know, so that's getting caught up like that. You know what I'm saying?
now.
But
Yeah,
as a
what they're
whole, you know, it's just the situation that got out of control. And at some point, if the situation that got so out of control, there's almost no right way to go about doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Go home yourself before they catch you.
that's you got to remember, Charles. These people got whole lives, families now here, man. It's not like some of them have married American people. You know what I
Who
mean? They
told
got
you to do
American.
that?
They,
Who
oh,
told
come
you
on,
that?
man.
That's
That's
a
silly.
choice. It's
That's
a
silly, man.
choice.
I can't get with you because come on, man. That's
Why
silly.
is that silly? You
It,
chose to
it,
come over
it,
here.
it, does, it does, what I'm saying though is that to self deport like that when you have like children here. That's not, if let's just say they were like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say, hey, we don't want black people
They
here
don't
anymore.
let your children in Mexico.
Hold on. And what do you mean? Like what I'm saying is that it's not just Mexico. It's Colombia, Argentina, it's places like that,
You
man,
don't
where
let your kids there.
they've never grown up there, man. You got a whole life
So
here. You got
what?
a house.
But
You
they
got a
better
family.
get used to it. They better
That's
get used to it because I
that's
gotta
heartless,
go.
man. You heartless, man. That's
No, no. What I'm
heartless.
saying is like, listen. The reason,
These are families, bro. These
because
ain't these
this is
aren't
why. This
these
is why.
aren't
Because
just
like I told you, I grew up in the prison system,
that
and I'm
doesn't
looking
matter.
at. I listen to. Let me finish. So I'm looking at it like, okay, well at least y'all not going to jail. They just telling you to take your ass back to the crib.
No,
Like
man.
you think that's so? So listen,
No,
when you go to hold on, let me finish. When you go to jail, your family, you don't got no choice. Your family ain't coming with you. None of that. If you want to take your ass back to wherever Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, you can take your kids and your family that you made over here because you had a choice. You made them over here. Oh well, take them with you. Take
but
them with you. If you don't want to do that, then that's on you. That's your consequence, bro. Didn't nobody sit there and force you to have kids over here and make a life over here illegally. Nobody forced you to do that. You made that choice on your own, and you got to live with the consequences because you're caught.
you forget a
I,
lot of these people were working the system to become legal here in America that are getting
How do
caught
you
up.
work the
So,
system?
but you know,
oh,
it,
go ahead, Sel. I'm sorry.
my bad, bro. I just wanted to bring up that dude. I don't know if you guys saw that one guy. He had came over here from Mexico, and he had a TikTok page where he was telling his people like,
I
man, all
saw
you gotta
that.
do look at.
Mm-hmm.
Yup, he had a little girl and all that. You know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
people for people like him, because see, a lot of them people they didn't even know what the system was over here. You know what I'm saying? Until they started, you know, getting over here, like you say. He told his people, man, all you got to do is have, you know what I'm saying, have a baby by somebody, or your kid born over here, however he explained it, you know what I'm saying? But my point is, they know how to work the system. They come over here, like Chuck saying, they work the system, you know what I'm saying? And truth be told, man, a lot of them resources, man, like I said, bro, we need them resources, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our people need them resources, you know what I'm saying? We can't get it as
And,
easy
and
So,
as
and it
those
makes you
people do.
look like a hater even saying that, FCL. That's
No,
It
what I'm
does,
trying to
it
say.
does, but it's the truth. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like that's what I'm trying to get Sean to realize. Like it's
I,
stuff like why would I put my sign up like I protest you getting caught for doing something you knew you could get caught for and you knew was illegal. I man, nobody protest. No, if I do something illegal, no one's gonna protest. Like if I blatantly did it, like what would people in the street protesting do? It's
So
illegal. I broke the law. I'm gonna have to serve the consequences of whatever law I broke, whatever one it is, whether it be a misdemeanor or a felony. I'm gonna have to serve the consequences.
how long did he get them people to leave? It was on the news. I don't know if how long it was, a month or two, or however long.
Yeah,
He
he
had gave them
did.
people to leave. He said they
He
could come
told
back.
him.
He was like, man, if
He
you leave, he's like,
told
you can
him.
come back, but just come back the right way. Like, we don't have no problem with you being here. He like, but you just got to go through the right process. You know what I'm
He
saying?
told him,
So let's
bro.
say, for instance, Sean, right? Them people knew, you know what I'm saying, what it was, and it just that alligator Alcatraz wasn't even up at the time, wasn't even a thought of. You know what I'm saying? But then, like all this time that went past, and everything is like it just spiraled up out of control, and something got to be done. You know what I'm saying?
no, I feel you. I want to say that it doesn't make you sound like a hater when you talk about the resources, brother. I don't think that. I think that's a real concern. But I also think that resources are available. It's just that resources aren't being spent the way that they should be. We're spending resources on like bombing, giving Israel money, Ukraine, and all that. When we could be spending money in our own country to fix
But
things.
do
You know what I
you
mean? So
and
the
you do
money's
see what they're doing too, right?
so the money's
Like he
there.
was talking
It's
about.
just so
You can't spend that money like you sitting here.
so.
You gonna get these Venezuelan immigrants a house. You putting them in houses in the hood next to people who you not giving no benefits to, and they supposed to be here. Like that don't it don't make sense. It
That's
don't
that's
make
that's
That's
sense.
my point.
that's
Yep, that was my point.
but the people. So wait a minute. You talking about if they put an immigrant in the hood? You talking about like the poorest neighborhood? You think the neighbors aren't getting benefits?
What do you
That,
Because
mean?
the Venezuelan immigrants can't get SNAP. They can't get anything. So what? I mean, you're talking about the poorest neighborhoods, right? You really think that the people in that neighborhood aren't getting like some type of benefits?
Yeah, they're not getting no house
but
though.
it was reported though, Sean, that they was getting more than the people. You know what I'm saying? So let's say, you know what I'm saying? Some of those families and some of the in some of these neighborhoods, man, um, you know, they don't really give you much on Link and Snap or whatever, however, you know, they don't give you much. But then let's say a family get 2 or 300, and now these people came up here, and then whatever program it was that was supporting them, um, say they getting double the amount. You know what I'm saying? Now you've been in the hood. Your family been in the hood. Your wife, your girl been back and forth to the line, standing in them lines. You know what I'm saying? On the phone. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a $50 raise or anything. You know what I'm saying? Some people came right over here and got double the amount. You know what I'm saying? Man, they ain't even had, bro. They was around here riding around. They ain't even need a license. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't even need a license. They could just drive. You know, so they had all kind of rights that black people didn't have. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like I said, that's what the uproar was about. You know what I'm saying? Because they was putting it in our face.
So I like how SL. I do. I like how you because you come at everything from an African American perspective, and I appreciate that, brother. Um,
Yes, sir.
I do think this, man. I think that this whole immigration thing is kind of like a smokescreen. Like, okay, so I mean, I think so the immigrants are easy to blame for all the problems of this country, right? You know what I mean? They did the same thing. The Nazis did the same thing with the Jews back in the day. They said the Jews were the problem and everything like that. But this is what we're doing with immigration right now. We're saying that hey, everything will be better once they get out. That's far from true, man. Because if what they're doing is they're pitting people against other people. They're pitting us, black folks, Mexicans, whoever you want to say, against other people. Basically, it's the working class. They're pitting us against each other, man. And then what they're doing behind the scenes is that they're giving the richest 1% tax cuts and they're making one of the most redistributions of wealth right under our noses while we're fighting over this immigration thing, which really isn't the problem. The problem is that wealth is being redistributed to the top, and there's no middle class anymore. We're fighting over this. This isn't the issue, to be honest with you. The issue really is that, and because we're fighting over this, they are able to go into our pockets, and they're able to move that money all the way to the richest top people. That's what's really happening. But I didn't want to go that far only because I know that wasn't the topic of the thing. I really don't think the migrant problem is a problem like they say it is. I think the real problem is that they robbed the bank right in front of our face, and they putting this
Well,
out as the
the
problem.
question was the humanity of it, bro. The
Inhumane.
humanity of it.
It's
Y'all keep
inhumane.
going.
It's
You feel
inhumane,
like
man.
it's inhumane.
Yes,
And
it's inhumane.
that's cool. That's cool. Like I said, I mean, it's what the podcast is about. It's a conversation to be had. Different people have different opinions. I mean, lifestyles, morality, all that comes into play when people form their opinions about anything.
Oh, and I even say
You
this
know,
about prisons. And
it's like
about
I said, I've grown up. I've grown up with all that stuff that bro was talking about on the it's the clip you talking about, SL. Me and Sean
Right, with
seen the
the
same
same.
clip. Yeah, about the cages. They're in cages and they only had an apple and a small piece of meat and they're grown men. How are they supposed
Wrong,
to?
man. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, bro, they in jail.
but that's
Like
fucked up.
that's what.
And we can even talk about our American jail system. Like, you know what I mean? You asked me before it was inhumane. I want to go back to that because our American jail system here isn't for any type of rehabilitation or anything like that. You know what I mean? These people, I remember when I was in there, I met people that couldn't read, they couldn't write, they couldn't do anything, right? Like I had to write letters for this dude, for his girl, because he couldn't do it. But there was no programs in there for them to better themselves. You know what I mean? There was nothing. They took all that out. They took the library out. They took the GED program out. They took the education programs out because it wasn't set up for that. You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, like so jail, yeah, it's a place where yeah, you did a crime and everything like that, but they ain't looking for you to better yourself. They're looking for you to come right back. So I mean, to compare it to jail, yeah, no grown
But
man
see,
should
what
eat this
happened with
apple. And
jail is a backfire because jail is supposed to be, like I said, a deterrent. It's supposed to be so horrible you don't want to go back, which it is for most guys. But what it does is they spend so much time in there, you learn to adapt because we're the most adaptable people ever. You know,
but
we
shouldn't
all
But I
adapt.
do
Like
know.
I've seen prisoners do some of the most amazing stuff, and I be telling my dad like, man, some of these dudes is rocket scientists. Like
yeah,
you just don't understand. Like the IQs of some of these dudes, like it's off the charts, Dad. Like I'm telling you, I don't know why they in here, but them dudes are smart, And I'm telling you, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's supposed to deter you. Like I don't want to, but you have to. Sometimes you're in there for so long like you adapt to it and you learn to survive where you at. Now, if you're doing that 2 to 3 years, you usually can learn your lesson because it's so horrible. You're not there for that long. You don't have to adapt.
wouldn't a better deterrent be rehabilitation though? Like getting an education, coming out with a skill. Wouldn't that be a better deterrent than just being
Okay.
like, hey, we should be afraid to go? Because
Okay. Well, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that on the next pod.